Hi again. Okay, you might say, okay, how we can get access to this uh, wireless access point, layer 3 switch, router, and firewall to the ISP. And most of the time, you might know the answer if you're living in a house. But just in case, uh, to give you a clue of what is the medium which is existing between the ISP and your router, I'm just going to introduce you uh, five m- specific mediums which I am already aware of that by working in telcos. And all of these actually mm, uh, mediums are layer one. So they are layer one, they're under the category of layer one of OSI models. So as you can see on the top, we got fiber optics. So we got two type of fiber optics, uh, which are very famous, and they are single mode and multi-mode. MM is multi-mode, single mode. So for single mode uh, fibers, I can say that they can go much longer and they are definitely more expensive. And you know, uh, they can actually transit more data uh, by themselves as well. But multi-modes are, I have seen that they are mostly used in data centers or even, at not data centers. I can say most of the jobs which are not that much important. As per my actually experience about fiber optics, which I am, which I used to deal with them more than, 15 years ago, and even these, the recent years, which I used to work as a transmission engineer, is that these days most of the fiber optics which you can see in the area of telco is single modes, and the technology of them being developed during these years. And by the way, it's got a very specific word inside that, so you might heard about the word WDM, DWDM, SDH. So these are the backbone of what you can have as a, you know, transmission equipment for the fiber optics, which is at the end transmitting these zero and ones to your, you know, uh, access point. I myself got a fiber optic connection at my home, so I might talk about it with more details in future, but it's definitely not something you have to know as a DevSecOps engineer. The other one is LAN cables. So LAN cables are mostly, I haven't seen them to be used between the ISPs and, Wi-Fi router, but mm, yeah, I haven't seen them that much, but I can say that they are a medium which are used in between the switches and routers, and anyway, everyone aware of that. These are the copper cables. These copper cables, this picture is showing you an MDF. So MDF, which is stands for, mm, I think it is mainframe distribution, main distribution frame, and it's kind of an obsolete, you know. technology, at least in, developed countries, but it is a very common, still it is a very common access inside the, inside the building. So telco engineers might use, fiber optics to bring the communication next to your door, and then you will use these MDFs or IDFs or whatever to get access to uh, your home. But these days, as I can see in the, new houses, these IDFs and MDFs are, getting out of the scope, and you, new devices like network termination point, which is usually for fiber optics, comes into picture. Uh, you know that I can say 20 years ago, 30 years ago, all the communications which were actually passing inside the cities and even rural areas were going through these copper cables. Yeah, it used to be a very common technologies as a transmission link. The other one which I used to work for a couple of years is wireless. So once I say wireless, I can actually in transmission links, I can actually categorize it as microwave and RF. You can see it's a BTS. BTS is base, it stands for base transmission station or something like that. It used to be BTS in the era of 2G, but now it came to nodes. No, they call it nodes, but still the term BTS is existing. And as you can see here, this one is the microwave. So it is actually uh, the microwave link is happening between two different, sites, and then these RF antennas are doing uplink and downlink for your mobile phones, or even, fast broadbands and stuff like that. For home internet, you might still use, uh, these type of transmission links, but uh, it is usually for rural areas or the areas which you don't have fiber optics available and stuff like that, or sometimes someone is just looking for a solution to be more portable, or just a temporary solution for your wireless router. It could be used, but the use case of these BTS is mostly on mobile phones. So it's a very complicated, uh, network. These, mobile network. I can say that it is definitely the most complicated network which is existing in the world, without any doubt. But there are a lot of bits and pieces which are working in mobile communications, and you definitely don't need to know about it as a DevSecOps engineer. Uh, and the last one in layer 1, which I am aware, is satellite communications. And by the way, you heard about, mm, uh, new satellite, companies which are existing. It used to be, the satellite communication used to be uh, used as a transmission medium, or for broadcasting, or even, sometimes uh, for, uh, telephone calls between the countries and things like that. But nowadays, even there are companies came around with, you know, very smart entrepreneurs which are bringing this technology with, very affordable price to be used as a medium to just, serve your access point as well. Uh, I think that's enough for uh, layer one, and I'll see you in next session. And on let me see if I can actually provide some stuff to talk about the main, to talk a little bit more about uh, this part, which is, uh, you know, a transmitting link. So there, there are some procedures are happening in between them in terms of coding and encoding and modulation, stuff like that. So I'll talk about them in next session. Thank you very much and have a good one. Bye.